AITA for telling a friend that her artwork is not my style and that is why I don't buy her art. My friend is an artist and draws really realist, very classic / traditional looking animal portraits. It's her main source of income and she really pushes her business and particularly pet portraits as gifts, especially around the holidays. She uses a tan, textured paper she loves and draws with colored pencils. I once asked if she ever thought about using a different kind of paper for drawings for those that don't really care for the look of it, and she said absolutely not, because she loves drawing on the paper she has. Between us, I do not like the look of her art at all, but I have never and will never tell her this. I hate the paper she uses, it gives the drawings a weird textured look because of the way the paper is made, and I am not a fan of the light, faded colors she uses. It's not my style, and as talented as she is, I have never bought art from her because I don't care for it and it doesn't appeal to my own art tastes. My problem is that I recently purchased a commission from another artist friend. Her art style is more modern, she uses Copic markers and a clean, bright paper. Her style is bold, bright, and fun. I had her do a modern piece of my dog that is a gift for my fiancé. I posted it on social media when I got the finished piece and gave it to him and tagged the artist and thanked her for the "Bo, today I fucked up" artwork. My other artist friend saw and confronted me and asked why I didn't use her. I explained that I find her extremely talented, but her art style and her medium are not my taste or my own personal style. She lost it, called me names, told me I am unsupportive, said I would rather give strangers money than her. The artist I used was another friend, but she did not know that. She is now bad-mouthing me to mutual friends and passive-aggressively posting about me on social media. AITA for being honest about why I never purchase her art. NTA, you were honest without being rude or critical. As an artist myself, I know we can be a sensitive bunch, not all artists and not always, I know. If you want to maintain your friendship with her, and I personally wouldn't blame you if you didn't, after the way she reacted, maybe you can make a point to support her in other ways. Promote her work on social media, maybe buy her art as a gift for someone who might like it, etc. She is equating your personal tastes to you being a terrible friend, and maybe this would help her realize it's not personal, and you do support her. Good luck. NTA, she's an unprofessional artist if she can't fathom that everyone has a personal taste, just like she has with her preferred materials. NTA, look, I write. None of my very best friends have bought my books or read them, because I wrote your supernatural fiction and, honestly, none of them plain read. And I've never held it against them and never would, simply because I understand that different people have different interests, money is money, and while the support would be nice, the words and encouragement work a lot as well. Edit, wow, thanks for all the messages. 3 woke up with a smile. The support for indie authors is real. The series is called The 5, there's 6 books, so, ha. And the first book's A Full Moon's Night, second one's On the Run. Second edit, thank you for the award. NTA, you are never obligated to buy art from someone because they are your friend. You didn't insult their work. It's not a style I like is a perfectly reasonable response. Friends should never expect friends to buy stuff from them as support, either. You're a friend, not a client base. AITA for trying to get a teacher fired for covering certain topics in my kid's classroom. I recently moved from Western Europe to the US with my spouse, who's originally from the US. Our kid enrolled in a local school which is open despite you know what. Apparently his science teacher will dedicate the next month of his class to the intelligent design theory. I could not believe my ears when I heard this. WTF is intelligent design, and how on earth did this make its way into the school curriculum? How can the government allow a science teacher present this alongside Darwinism as a valid school of thought? I saw red, I'll be honest. Long story short, I confronted the teacher. Won't lie, I laid it in thick and was pretty disparaging in my commentary. I remained civil and criticized only the theory itself though. I demanded this is taken out of the curriculum. Teacher disagreed strongly and I escalated to the principal, who backed him up. I'm now looking for legal ways to escalate further, and at this stage I want the teacher removed from his his position, as I think he's unqualified to teach science to anybody, let alone impressionable teenagers. AITA. Some folks tell me when in Rome, or southern US in this case, and all that. I frankly have my mind blown anyone would think this is acceptable. In my home country it would have made front page and the school administration would be on the street looking for new jobs for being dumb beyond what's legal under a constitution. Reddit, give me a new perspective, am I being culturally insensitive? Edit, I should clarify, the teacher has a certain level of control over the curriculum. It's clear teaching intelligent design is not mandated by the state. Edit 2, I guess I need to say this out loud. Intelligent design is not a scientific theory. It's a made-up fairy tale. Teaching it to kids is not allowing them to exercise their critical thinking. It's elevating a bogus and nonsensical claim to the same status as scientifically sound research. It's like claiming that it's okay to teach astrology as part of an astronomy class because it's local culture and you can't scientifically prove it's incorrect. Except you can, and many have. NTA. My daughter, also in the southeast, has a health teacher who spouts anti-vax rhetoric as fact. A health teacher. If we weren't moving out of state tomorrow I would do the same thing. Now, I have no problem with the intelligent design concept being taught if it's in, say, a comparative religion class, or as a means of comparing the two. But in a science class, that's not okay. ETA, thanks to all you awesome strangers for the upvotes and my first ever awards. I really appreciate all the discussion, too. NTA. This is a fight worth fighting. Something interesting to know about the US is how textbooks are made and distributed. California and Texas are the two biggest buyers of textbooks, so oftentimes the rest of the country gets whatever curriculum they get. If you're near Texas, which sounds like you are, you're going to get textbooks based on what Texas lawmakers have decided Texas students should learn, which is creationism. Total bullshit, of course. NTA. Fight the good fight. Edit, I'm amazed by all the rewards. Disestablishmentarianism is quintessential in US history and I can't believe anti-disestablishmentarianism in 2020 is still a thing. TM. NTA. Courts have ruled this unconstitutional. You may have to escalate pretty far, but you are absolutely right, and that is ridiculous. You'll be doing the entire world a favor if you help improve education in a backwards part of the world. Call the Freedom from Religion Foundation. They can help. WIBTA. If I don't share my inheritance with my siblings, my grandpa and I always got along great. We watched football, soccer, together, played cards or chess and visited the horse racetrack together. Sadly my grandpa passed away about 3 months ago. His death hit me really hard because I used to spend so much time with him. Last week I received a letter from the probate court informing me that I will inherit his old house and most of his assets. My parents inherited his apartment where he lived in his last years to be closer to us, and my older siblings inherited only a small part of his fortune as far as I know. My brother and sister weren't too happy when they heard that I had inherited my grandpa's old house. His house is worth a huge amount of money, we're talking nearly €2 million, and my siblings want a share of it. Yesterday evening when they visited they took me aside to urge me to share my inheritance with them. They think it is unfair I got so much more than they did and think it would be only fair to divide the inheritance by 3. I was reluctant, but they got pushy until my parents heard of this and sent me to my room to talk to my siblings. I don't know exactly what then happened, but I heard loud voices and apparently my siblings left the house furious. Now I don't exactly know why, but I don't really want to share my inheritance. Feel like my grandpa wanted me to have it, but I'm also not sure if I'm just being greedy. WIBTA. If I don't share my inheritance. Edit, I'm 17F, my brother is 22 and my sister is 24. NTA. Your grandfather drafted a will and dispersed his assets as his choice. So right now you are legally in the clear. I'm going to assume that you were the favorite grandchild. You were the one who spent the most time with him. That's probably why there is an unequal split. There is a reason that your siblings are being less favored. It sounds like your parents have good heads on their shoulders. Talk to them about this to get some clarity. Also, none of this has to be done tomorrow. If somehow things change and you choose to to split the inheritance, there will be no difference between today and 3 months from now. Don't make any rash decisions. You will not benefit from moving quickly. Edit. I would also advise posting this to financial advice. They also have a great section on windfalls in their resources which you should read. NTA. You had a better relationship with your grandpa than they did, and the inheritance reflects that. Don't budge on it. Your grandpa left it to you. Also, wanna drop this here because Opt's parents sound like parents of the year for standing up for her. Death always seems to bring out the worst in family. The bottom line is that your grandfather divided it up exactly the way he wanted. You aren't being greedy by keeping the inheritance he left you. You are abiding by his wishes. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure your grandfather saw that they put little effort into having a relationship with him growing up, and felt like because you showed you loved him the most, not because of money, but because of memories the two of you created, that you deserved to be well taken care of. NTA. NTA. Your grandpa made his decision about what he wanted to do with his money and assets. If he wanted you to split it, he would have put that in his will. You're more than welcome to give your siblings a gift, but it should be on your terms, and honestly I would say that they don't deserve it after trying to guilt you into sharing. FYI, it's not sharing, it would be giving away part of your inheritance.